Hi and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is VlogsBoutNothin. Thank you very much for watching my show. I really appreciate you. I truly do. It's Wednesday right now, and if you're catching this just a couple hours from now, obviously it's not that day anymore. But we're posting the videos a little late tonight because, well, I wasn't feeling very well earlier, and ironically enough, I wasn't feeling well earlier because, drum roll, hot Cheetos. Okay, so here's the thing. Link in the description below. I'm often, reacting in an improvisational way to different videos that I see here on the platform. And one of those videos that I recently watched was this entire documentary on how hot chips, specifically Flamin' Hot Cheetos, are really bad for you. And in case you haven't been eating them for 30 years, they are bad for you. And it's interesting because they've become such a big part of our culture, and blame that on mass marketing or the indoctrination of that marketing specifically on children. Regardless, hot Cheetos are here to stay, and I say that because tonight, we're talking about, obviously, we've talked about hot Cheetos before here on the channel, which again is a clear indication of its impact, at least in my opinion, on my culture and my generation, you know what I mean? But I'm holding a product here, right? And it's Gatorade. And if you're my age, and I'm 36, anywhere in that age, younger, I'm just maybe a little bit older. We grew up with like parents and older people who, when we got sick, from my background, we had Vicks Vapor Rub on the chest, Campbell's chicken noodle soup for the rest, and Gatorade to nest. I just thought that was a cool little rhyme. That's one there for you script takers. There's one. Anyways, Gatorade and all of like Powerade and Rite Aid and Flavor Aid and Kool-Aid, all of these different kinds of aids, right? Essentially, sugar infused, slightly artificially flavored water or whatever, I feel like it's good and it's bad in that, obviously, again, we can even often attribute some of our memories to specific places where we had specific food, and I dare say that there are a lot of young people out there, including older young people like myself, who have specific memories of where they were when they had their first bag of hot Cheetos, or when they first had been introduced to the Flamin' Hot brand. But I think, again, it's kind of like depressing, obviously, in that I just made a video earlier about how all of our food is basically sketch, and if vegetables are sus, then there's kind of no hope for us, because then that means there's really no good food. And I think a lot of us have come to that conclusion, and as a result, have practiced vigorously to make sure they have clean water, and even do their own gardening and stuff. But all that stuff costs money, time, and takes up literal physical space, so the people who have been the pioneers of this kind of non-GMO, pesticide-free, whole food sort of movement are isolated in that they're few and far between, just because of the limited access to those kinds of resources to have that kind of lifestyle. And I think that's important to note, right? Because it's, sometimes just not possible to eat healthy or to eat well. And I mean, you might be asking yourself, how can you possibly say that? It only just takes a few seconds. Well, I mean, have you seen the school lunches that are served to our children? I mean, they're not entirely the most nutritious sort of states of being. Neither are the vending machines that we allow our children to have access to, or that we frequent ourselves, whether that's in an office building or as a traveling, fare at a hotel or something. I know that when I travel, the vending machine always inevitably gets a few of my dollars, no matter what. I can like plan the best, I like go to Walmart right before I check into my room, and still I walk by the vending machine on my way out to the pool and want a bag of hot Cheetos. Hot Cheetos, again, like, it's weird that I'm such an old man and I'm talking about hot Cheetos, um, and mostly again from what my experience has been, it's been positive in that the social experiences and the short term gain that my brain gets from the spicy chip is just that, right? It's short and only in fact reminds me of good times that I've had with like my friends or whatever because um it's like eating Chipotle or Taco Bell. Like nobody really wants to talk about how it makes us feel, right? Right? And so I say it because again, like it's just one of those things. Why continue to eat something that literally is terrible for you? I don't know, because life is short and there's nothing else to eat, and I wish there were other alternatives that were cheaper and easily more available to people. Avi, you feel me? Because then like there wouldn't be the need to be incentivized for that short term gain by what's already arguably overpriced feed for cattle. I mean, you guys do not want to look up how, cheese puffs and Cheetos came into existence. Although I do think that it's in the history in the video below, so, good luck with that. We're all munching on things that were, byproducts of what the cattle were supposed to be eaten. I mean, I don't know. Cattle already eats tons of Skittles, literally tons of Skittles, and Skittles are a candy that's been banned in other countries quite literally because of the ingredients that are in Skittles. But hot Cheetos are one of those weird things. You feel me? I mean, it's sort of just like they're probably really not at all good for you. I remember they used to be purple. A lot of people don't remember that like hot Cheetos used to be purple. They were not red. And I'd always wondered back then why they were purple, but then I always thought it was kind of like part of the gimmick because it was like a mystery. It's like you knew it was fake, but you always wondered why it was so purple. And moreover, did you guys know that the notoriously famous Hulu worthy movie production of the hot Cheeto backstory was allegedly fake? So, according to employees that worked at the Frito Lay company there in that part of California in the early 80s and the late 70s, when they were first developing the recipe for hot Cheetos, like, they've said that they had never heard of the guy who got credit for it. And ultimately, they made that movie after, and it's been like lore in the entrepreneurial community that, a Mexican janitor seasoned his own Cheetos and people liked them, and then he had his story of an upcomings, and again, if you haven't seen the documentary or the film, because it isn't a documentary, it's complete fiction, and in fact, according to this particular video, like, it was all a lie. Again, this man may not have even possibly worked there, and so I just feel like, I don't know, you don't have to lie to kick it. You feel me? I mean, and it made more sense in that like a lot of people don't remember that Flamin' Hot Doritos were a really really popular brand of chip here in the Southwest for a good period of time. In fact, it inherited a cult following. If you've ever Googled Flamin' Hot Doritos, you've inevitably seen one of my posts, and this is from anywhere in the world. I'm one of the moderators for the fan page of Flamin' Hot Doritos on Facebook. And so, in like the past 15 years or so, in having that role, I've seen, literally hundreds of thousands of fans come through different metrics of engagement and also, profess their love for this long lost hidden chip that was only recently brought back. I think circa Super Bowl 2020-ish is when they really brought out the Flamin' Hot Doritos. There's still pictures on my personal accounts, some places on the net where I'm standing next to aisles of brand new hot Doritos. Again, I've been a fan of Flamin' Hot brand. I just think that lying is not a good way to go about your brand, and I was actually really disappointed to hear that the story that we all thought, I think, because it was sold to us in that way was true, but it wasn't. You know, it was just somebody making up some stuff. You know, it was a good story, but it wasn't real, and that's unfortunate because that was like a part of the resurgence of its popularity as a staple in American pantries all over our country. So yeah, next time you look at that half-empty bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos in your pantry, remember that it was all brought to you by lies, deception, and some random group of privileged people 40 years ago, like everything else in this world. It's like we don't even have a good backstory or origin story for Flamin' Hot chips anymore. It's like, what is the world coming to? I hope that you guys have a really good night, and seriously, thanks for watching my channel, and thanks for watching me as I, you know, um, do my dailies as it concerns living my life and stuff. It really means a lot to me, and my life's gonna change, and it always will change, and I hope that it always changes for the better. And that's all I can really hope for, and that's all I can work towards. And so I'm definitely focused, more focused than I've ever been in life, and I say this out loud to myself as sort of like an affirmation for my own understanding, and that, like, I'm not 25 anymore, and I don't have time to make any more serious mistakes in my life. So I'm just gonna put it on blast. I'm gonna put myself on blast, no caps, like facts, and we're just gonna do this thing and get it done. So I really appreciate you guys joining me on my journey. Okay, bye.